Or
we just splash him really hard a couple of times right in the fucking face.
yeah, and someone has to get in. Maybe one of you guys can come next time, and you can hold his eyes open so I can really get the water.
The chlorine!
You know when you get the water in your eyes and it feels like your eyes are full and you have to go, fuck.
Imagine being a lifeguard and seeing that two grown men holding a child's eyes open.
Clockwork Orange.
You can understand, sir, please. He jumped on
my friend.
He accidentally hit on my friend's back while he was trying to swim laps and did a weird turnaround thing that confused the child.
I don't want to be pulled up.
GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something?
Oh, Mario!
Oh my God!
Whoa.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep.
Is that the happiness book?
That's the one.
It looks so much bigger on stream.
I got one for Aidan. It's whatever.
Oh, great. Becky, you lucky son of a bitch.
Why?
He's not roasting you.
Well, we'll see. I just came up with that one.
He's not roasting
Being
you.
friends with him is one lifelong roast.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, yesterday when we had a rehearsal, because it was really hot, I was like, I said to Beck, Garbett was here. Garbett got here early, and I was like, I want to wear a singlet, but I don't want to be drumming, and my arms will be all jibbly and whatever. And then Ben walked in, and he was not like 5 seconds in the door. And he was like, oh, I wasn't wearing the singlet. I was wearing a whole nother shirt. He's like, it was a nice shirt. He's like, oh, nice shirt. We're doing school photos today. A little nice. Ooh. And Beck was like, oh, no wonder you don't want to fucking wear a singlet.
But a singlet would have been fine. I would have made
You
like a...
100% would have made fun of him.
I would have made something about it. It would have been fun though, and it wouldn't have been anything about his arms like he said. It would just be, oh, look at you gonna play the drums, you can lift them over your head.
Yeah.
It would have been like something like that. But I only mentioned the shirt because it was a nice shirt and it was very hot. It was a button-up shirt.
Didn't you yank on it as well? You like grabbed
No,
the
he
button?
yanked on it.
Oh,
He was like, look, I got it from Mara. It's too stretchy. I was like, what the fuck?
Is it this shirt that you were wearing?
No, it's another button up, but it's
No, it's
super
nicer than
stretchy. Oh.
That one's kind of a bit more rustic. It's more of a flannel look. The other one was
Actually,
like
I like this
like
one.
a
I like this one
almost
a lot.
like a nice golf shirt.
Right, I see what you mean.
Yeah, well,
You can't put that on and expect me not to say anything.
we sound best when Beck's singing.
Were you singing, Ben?
Big time.
Really?
Trying
I
to,
know,
and I was like, no. I will do
It was
Wow.
it was just this thing Garvett said that just became like the bit of the night.
Little meanie.
I don't believe it. I just wanted to say it.
Oh, well,
Because of the
it's,
shirt roast.
it's obviously
Does Ben
true.
sing
I
a
know what he
song
meant.
entirely by himself?
Yeah, Ben sings 2 or 3.
Yeah,
3
I
or 4.
stopped them all from playing.
Wow.
And I just do a little like odd triangle, like I just stand there and salute. Yeah, this one's for the troops.
It's really moving.
Why don't
Oh,
can we do one of the songs that we
Canada.
learnt the instruments for? I'm like, in a minute. I'm going to work my way through the rest of this album.
Listen to
Then
me.
we'll
The
start.
rest of this album.
No, I know what he meant because then, because obviously Becca's a better singer, and also when she's singing, I'm playing the guitar with all of my brain, so it's like a two-pronged.
Two-pronged approach to good music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't sing and play the tambourine at the same time. I nearly fell over.
Becca's here, everyone. I've got that far.
That's the roast.
Becca's here, everyone. I did a typo before, and I wrote Becca's hate, everyone. I'm like, that's pretty much one.
Becky's hate.
Becca's hate, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Synonymous.
Beck's here. Beck is hate.
I don't
Becca's
know.
hate, everyone.
Beck, are we recording? Got that little recording button going?
Yeah, it's recording.
8 minutes.
Ben, while you work on that, I've got something to start with here.
Boy, it's hot.
Welcome, everybody.
My arm's tired.
Chapter 2. Harry Potter and Hagrid were bombing along the road, and Hagrid was like, Harry, there's dramas at Hogwarts, mate. Hogwarts, that's the place he goes, not Gringotts. My bad. I just had a brain fart and thought it was Gringotts for some reason. Don't worry about it. Gringotts is where he gets his wand or something. Anyway, Hagrid was going, so yeah, anyway, the thing is, right, Harry Potter, there be dramas at your school, but it's top secret and all that. I don't even have to try to do an accent. This is written in there for me. And Harry Potter was wigging out. He was saying like, Hagrid, you have to tell me. It sounds full on. If there's stuff at school, maybe I can help. What about Hermione and my redhead friend? Are they okay? Hagrid paused for what seemed like an eternity, then took a deep breath. He looked at Harry Potter deep into his glasses and sighed. Well, Harry Potter, I just don't rightly know, I'm afraid. Hagrid pulled his magic 250cc scooter up to the side of the road. It was a dark and stormy road. Not full raining, but it was drafty and eerily quiet for a boy like him who had seen so much and grown in so many ways, not just up in height, but in emotions and metaphorical ways that are very deep and well written. Hagrid knew this. Harry, I can't rightly withhold the truth from you anymore. It's your arch nemesis, he whose name we don't speak. Harry felt a wave of being pissed off, but a bit scared also came over him. Hagrid, you've got to take me there. I'll have another magic fight with him right now if Hermione and my redhead mate are in trouble. Our friendship is the only thing that can defend us against the dark arts, he said. Harry Potter, I mean. Potter. I wish that I were a boat, Mr. Potter, but your nemesis Slugworth has the old Hogwarts sealed up in a magic spells.
Slugworth?
And he's ready for you this time, lad, because he knows all your tricks and whatever at the end of the book was. So you see, Harry, it wouldn't be safe. Harry Potter looked down, both sad and thinking. God.
Oh my God.
Both sad and thinking. God, all the stuff going through his head. 20 minutes ago, he was quietly sitting under the stairs at Uncle Mustache's house, and now he was dealing with Slugworth trapping his friends and all the stuff Hagrid said. He didn't have his wand. He was in his pajamas. This really sucked. Hagrid popped open the little storage bin on his scooter and looked inside. Harry was watching closely. This is usually when Hagrid would pull something totally bananas out of nowhere and be all like, "In it crazy magic shit, Harry." And this time was no exception. Hagrid pulled out a small wooden box. It had a bunch of important looking stuff engraved in it that we can't read because it's in all weird old-timey letters and stuff, but it looks dope and important. Harry looked at it with a look of interestedness, but then he thought, that couldn't be for me. I'm just some punk from under the stairs whose parents and story are legendary. Oh yeah, I forgot when Hagrid unveils the box, the letter glows all gold for a second and Harry goes, "Ah!" and touches his lightning bolt scar on his head.
Oh no.
I was worried that might happen. I was, said Hagrid, about Harry's scar going bung for a second. What is it, Hagrid, said Harry. Well, I'll be quite honest with you, Mr. Potter. I don't rightly know. I just had an urge to bring it. Felt it might be important for something. What's inside then, Harry asked, wanting to know. Well, Mr. Potter, that is an adventure for Chapter 3.
Well done.
Chapter 2.
Well done. Great chapter
I
2.
loved Slugworth. Isn't he the guy from Charlie and the Chocolate
He's definitely
Factory?
from Willy Wonka, without question.
Now that you say it, yeah, I think it is.
Doesn't matter. It's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You're bringing in the people from
It's an
Willy
extended
Wonka.
universe.
Crossover, yeah.
Wonka Potter.
Very good.
Oh my goodness me. Hilarious.
Shall we
Who's
do
the
a-
guy from Harry Potter then? If it's not, don't say it. I don't want to know.
You like your
Oh, yeah, I got my own lore I'm building here.
I think Slugworth works.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That wasn't even one of the ones. Like I said, Gringotts in the first one. I was like, that doesn't feel right. And then I remembered right in the second one. I was like, oh, it was Hogwarts. That's right. But then Slugworth felt right. There was no doubt in my. If that was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and if they didn't have whatever the real one is,
Really?
and they had 3 hours, I was 100%
Starts
Slugworth.
with a V.
Slugworth.
Voldemort.
It's Voldemort.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry. Yes.
I actually didn't want to know.
Yeah.
The Nave told
You
me
also
that
not
does
supposed to
sound.
say his name.
And now Slugworth sounds stupid.
Yeah, but
Now it does.
Yeah. Well, they're all he would have been Severin Slugworth or some shit, didn't he?
Severin Slugworth.
That would have been his name in Harry Potter, and it sounds perfectly like a Harry Potter name.
It does. Your new Defense Against the Arts teacher. Defense Against the Arts.
Just all the
Back off, theatre. Fuck you, art.
Busker.
Oh, God. Ah.
All right. Let's do
No.
a podcast. Oh, here we go. Woo, GMat. Yay.
Yeah.
Hello. And welcome to episode 184
Oh, Christ.
of the GMat experience.
Ooh.
Also, by the way, your side door is wide open. And I don't know if you came through that, but it is. So, just in case you were wondering.
Today's episode of the GMat podcast is brought to you by our merch, which is available at teespring.com/stores/the real GMat. Go get yourself some merch. Ben's repping some Can We Not Talk About Local Theatre merch right now. It looks great. He's repping it in a beautiful baby yellow. If you like that intro and you want to submit your own, send it to contact@therealgmat.tv/realgmat. No, contact@therealgmat.tv. Just send it there. Or send it to the Discord because I'm sick of using Aidan's voicemails. Although, no, I'm not sick of it. Don't send things. Support us at patreon.com/the GMat podcast so you can get extra content, other music, and support the podcast. Wow, that was a mess. Good morning, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Matt. I'm the host of the GMat Experience. I'm joined across from me by Benjamin J.
That is me. I'm here. Thank you for having me.
That's my pleasure.
It's an absolute fucking treat to be here.
Yeah. I'm joined on my right by Aidan Jonathan.
Hi there. I'm genuinely thrilled to be here.
Thank you.
I'm not entirely thrilled with the new rebranding, but
We'll work with it. We'll work.
But I'm happy
What's
to be
the
here.
rebrand?
Well, the GMat Experience.
Oh. I think it's an experience.
It was going to be
Definitely an experience.
It was either the GMat Experience or the GMat cunt fucking, which I thought was too heavy.
What
And-
made you think that?
Well, when I said it, a bunch of people just vomited in their mouths.
Right, you were trying at the thing out of the nursing home.
Also producing the show is Becky J.
Hey, thrilled to be here too.
Yay! It's an early one today, everybody. Well, I mean,
crack of
it's not
10:30
early. It's
AM.
not early. Usually early, but I think we all had late nights last night. Yeah, and we've been doing a lot of late podcasts lately, so coming in early feels shocking to the system.
That's true.
Well, Ben, you reckon we're better when we
I
do
think
it
they're
early?
better when we do them early.
Yeah?
Maybe not this early when we've had late nights before, but
I didn't have too much.
Generally-
time this morning.
I think. What was the last one? The last one was a bit of a... That one
Last time was
slapped.
the hot day.
It was hot, and I thought this is going to be fucking terrible.
It
It was
slapped,
so hot
and then
in the room.
when we fell off the rails.
That's right.
It's about a
Was that was an
good
arvo, wasn't it?
3/4 of a
Was it?
podcast.
Yeah. And we fell off the rails in like the last 5 minutes. We really fell off. So it was.
Was
like,
that an arvo though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was like a
Well,
3
yeah,
o'clock
maybe it's
start.
just a coin toss then.
Yeah. I think it just depends what we're feeling like that day. Do we want to do a good podcast? Who knows?
I feel like a jelly sandwich.
Well, that's the Mitchell and Webb thing, is that in their sketch show you've got to have the ratio, the pattern. So it's got to be good, dud, hit, miss, miss, hit, miss, hit. Or
That's
something like that.
pretty
Where
much
it's got
spot on.
because otherwise it's all just good. It doesn't make any sense. Like there's no quality control.
We can't have a fisting Frenchman every week.
There you go. You can't have the rain without the rainbow.
Yeah.
Said Dolly Parton.
Wouldn't you say the rainbow without the rain?
You can't have the rain without the rainbow.
You can't have the rainbow without.
I've seen it rain
depends
without a
what you
rainbow.
prefer.
Saying the same thing.
I've
Saying
seen
the
a
same
rainbow.
thing.
I've seen rain without a rainbow.
So
I've seen a rainbow without rain. So, you know, Dolly Parton's a fucking idiot.
At the end of the day, I don't think we should be taking advice from her.
Because she's a woman? Wow, Aidan.
Yes.
Okay.
because she's southern.
No.
You can say that. That's fine.
Because she's a honky.
What does that mean?
Because she's a cracker.
I'm sure. I just think she's a songwriter.
What else is Dolly? Because she's redhead?
She's not a redhead.
Is she?
She's blonde. She's famously blonde.
Famously blonde? Or
Yes.
just regularly blonde?
No, famously. Dolly
She was-
Parton,
she's
famously
fam-
blonde.
Are you thinking of Marilyn Monroe?
I'm thinking of Marilyn Monroe.
That's right. And she famously said you
I'd
can have
listen to Dolly
rain
Parton.
whenever and rainbows whenever. They're not mutually exclusive.
Are you thinking
Yeah.
of Fiona from Shrek 2?
No, I'm thinking of Donkey.
Eddie Murphy as Donkey.
This is the
That
kind
was
of
Eddie Murphy?
That was Eddie Murphy.
this is the kind of fast-paced banter people come back for every week.
Were you thinking of Fiona from Shrek 2?
I was thinking of whatever
Donkey.
other character I know from that movie.
In his defense, I pitched him a shit scene. Shall we do some roasts? I'm pretty excited to hear the roasts.
Have you made a roast introduction?
We
I
can do
haven't.
a roast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first annual GMat Podcast Roast. Featuring contestants like Becky J.
Are we
Oh my
competing?
God.
Oh, Jesus.
Ben
That's
J.
not the spirit of a roast.
Aidan
it's not competitive.
J.
It's just needlessly
and Matthew J.
mean.
Just devastating.
So I did some roasts last
no
week,
benefit.
everybody, and you know, it went up like gangbusters.
If you can call them that, that's my one
Yes.
done.
And everybody wanted to come back. I thought we were going to do like one each, but Aidan's done 3 for me.
No, but only because I couldn't write one good one.
Oh, well, go for 3. I don't mind. But I was thinking maybe we do like should we like just circle them, or should we all do everybody's roast on one person at a time? Was what I thought.
Oh,
Like,
I
everyone-
don't
If you can handle me
mind.
crying on screen,
Everyone
that's
gets
fine.
their hits.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do body blows.
So whoever's being targeted, just go to the left of that person. So if Beck's going, Ben, you go, then Aiden goes, there you go. And
Okay.
if we're doing Aiden, I'll go, and then, we'll just go in a
Oh
circle.
wow,
like that.
I've had a
yeah,
wave of anxiety.
I
Right now.
know, my God.
I don't like showing off my work.
I was like, I don't
like
have to be
it.
worried. I have barely any. I'm like, that's not how it works, you fucking idiot. Wake up. It's like they come towards you. It's not this that makes you feel bad.
Well, this is what's going to make me feel bad for sure. I sat on my break at work writing them, talking to people at work, trying to give them context for they don't know you people.
Yeah.
So I was like writing. I was like, no, seriously, this would be funny for them, right?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know her. And I'm like, okay.
So,
Even if you say like, well, she does this and this and
Yeah.
this, they go, oh yeah, no, I could see how that could be funny. You're never going to get the laugh.
do we want to start with me or end with me? Because I haven't been roasted properly yet, but I feel like I should be one of those.
I don't really mind.
Let's start with Beck. We'll go on the left, and we'll end on me getting annihilated. Are you okay to be started with Beck?
Well, hang on. So as in, I'm
We're-
getting, I'm
we're-
getting roasted?
yeah, you're
We're going to
roasted
roast you,
first.
Alright.
and then we're going to move on to Ben. And then
I'm so scared.
I am famously thick-skinned, so this will be fun.
All right, Ben doesn't have one for Beck.
Do you have one for Beck?
Beck is here, everyone.
Oh,
That's all
yeah.
I got so far. Sort of work in progress.
Okay, I'll
All right.
start.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Beck is here.
Oh my God.
Beck's here. Beck is commonly referred to on this podcast as the Lookup Lady. It's not a great nickname, but I guess it's better than that monster slurping, sausage roll eating cretin in the corner.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thanks.
I like cretin.
Is that
Yeah.
it? Is that last
That's
one?
my,
it?
I have one for Beck.
Sorry, no, I was just
Is that it?
No,
Wow.
no, that's the one question.
My heart is racing.
Beck is here, everybody.
Oh, Beck. Hi, Beck.
Yeah,
Welcome.
yeah.
Thanks for being here. Good sport.
Beck is a passionate feminist, a proud bisexual woman, and a supporter of LGBTIQ community. She's a politically minded Greens Party member with a passion for equal rights. She also shits 3 times a day, but you never hear her fucking talking about that.
Very well done.
I'm accustomed to a certain lifestyle.
Do I start for Ben now? 'Cause
Yes.
it's now Ben. Okay,
Yes,
Ben's here. Ladies and gentlemen. Ben sits here and pretends he doesn't like the podcast, while we all sit here and pretend we think Ben is funny.
Very good.
That's a good one. Ben's here, everybody.
Oh, Ben, good sport. Thanks for coming.
When Ben and I met at the start of uni, he was considered a mature age student. Who would have thought after 8 short years he'd be alive?
Ben's here, everybody.
Oh, Ben, well
look at
done.
that.
In his spare time, Ben enjoys rolling around with sweaty men, holding and pressing against one another, each attempting to force the other to submit. Oh, and I see here he likes Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well.
You like gay stuff.
Aiden. Aiden.
Oh, hang
Aiden
on.
is, oh, sorry.
Wait, I've got another one for Ben.
Oh, go for
hit
it,
us.
please.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Well, Ben's writing his own Harry Potter book, everybody.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing to realise just how many similarities there are between him and the infamous JK. For example, let me think. They're both fiery redheads.
Yeah.
They both succeeded despite a humble working class background.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, most important to point out, they both give heavily to charity.
I'm actually not a redhead.
I knew that was going to be the bit.
Well done.
Aiden's here, everybody.
Thanks.
Oh,
Hi.
my Lord.
Hi.
Aiden is bisexual, which is really great in a friend because on one hand, we can talk about girls, kick the footy, we can arm wrestle, but it'll also suck me off if I need him to.
Need him.
I thought that was a good choice.
Aiden's here tonight, everybody.
Oh, thank you. Hi.
Wearing more gold chains than the slave princess Leia from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's very funny.
Okay. Aiden's here. We got
Hi,
AJ in the
hi.
house. Aiden is an accomplished musical theatre performer. He's Greek. He's bisexual. This isn't a roast. I'm just saying it now so I can stop fucking hearing about it.
Oh, fuck.
Guys, but can we just make it a bit serious for a second here?
yeah.
Because Aidan actually witnessed a tragic accident unfold the other day. An elderly woman was hit by a car, killing her instantly. It was very sad. There was nothing Aidan could do to help. Well, he could have alerted her to the oncoming car, but he took a solemn oath long ago to never yell at an old person. So way to stick to your principles, Aidan.
Oh, boy.
You got to do me, Bep.
Oh, we up to you?
Yeah,
I
yeah, we're
think
up
so.
to yeah.
Do you have any more for Aiden, Ben?
No.
That's very funny.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
Oh, they were all very good. I was very pleased with those.
And finally, our host Matt is here today.
Oh, Matthew, well done. Thanks for coming to the roast, man.
God, what can I say about him? He's the love of my life, my soulmate, and he's such a catch too. Every woman dreams of marrying a doctor. Marrying a doctor. I mixed those two up.
Oh, brilliant.
Matt can be described in a lot of ways. He's Gameology's #1 creator. His podcast is number 75 in Sri Lanka.
Wow.
And he's Salsa's #1 returning customer. I mean, I don't get jealous often, but if me and a Salsa's chip burrito were both dangling off a cliff, Matt would be wrestling with the Mexico squirts in minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Squirts. Everyone, don't know if we're aware, GMat is here.
Oh, GMat, thanks for
GMat is
coming.
here. Who'd have thought there'd be someone else who looked exactly like Michael McIntyre, who is less funny than Michael McIntyre?
That's so good.
Yeah. He's not funny.
That's all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Matt's here.
Hey.
Matt recently tried to grow a mustache.
That's the roast.
Matt looks like if Jack Black didn't make any money. Or this one, I'm not sure if this is funny, but I'll read it anyway. My ideal night would be sitting in with some friends playing a game or playing some music. Matt's idea of a good night is slathering himself in barbecue sauce and masturbating to the video clip of Call on Me.
It does sound like a good night.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I like roasts.
Yeah, that's fun. We should do that every week.
Yeah, that's cathartic.
Yeah, it feels good. You got all that barbecue sauce hanging around.
I wonder how many weeks it is until someone hits pay dirt and the whole thing falls apart.
When it's like, okay, that's too far.
I don't know if I want to do
GMat,
this anymore.
everyone. His family doesn't love him. You don't fucking say that. You don't bring that up.
Oh, boy. A little light roasting. A little roasty
A
toasty.
light roast, yeah.
Yeah, good job, everyone.
Thanks. That was all good.
You know, I like my toast lightly roasted, not burnt.
Oh, boy. I was stressed for that whole thing.
So much pressure.
For that whole thing, I was stressed. I've got the anxiety shakes. There
was something I was supposed to do last week that I forgot to bring up to you guys.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you remember this, but a few weeks ago we had some bad advice brought in.
Yeah.
And then we got some updates on the bad advice that I wanted to read out.
I don't remember what the bad advice was.
So the bad advice was
Sorry.
my supervisor, who's 2 years older than me, we're both in our mid-20s, will just randomly come up to me and show me a video of him having sex with a
that's
chick
right.
over the weekend. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that was gross.
I can't remember what advice we gave to him.
Say, like, didn't we say, like pretend to enjoy it?
Get really into it.
Yeah, get really into
Like,
it.
There's a few
Fuck
different
yeah,
ones. That was one of the
wow.
ones
Yeah.
that's floated.
Are you flexible? Next time, can you do this?
So there's actually two updates. Bad advice update. So I took Ben's advice, at least I think it was his, and when my supervisor went to show me another sex video, immediately pulled out the lathe video. Oh. He was pretty shocked, but then he immediately pulled up a video of some dude having anal sex with a girl while she's shitting, so I think I'm in deeper now.
Oh, no.
And then he said,
Why does he have access to that video?
And he said, to speak on what Aidan said, he's my supervisor, not my manager, so he can't fire me himself, but his work means a lot more than mine, especially since I work night shift. Also, you don't have to keep my name anonymous. I'd appreciate any advice you can give in the situation. Thanks for your support. I so love and am afraid that he took the lathe video advice.
Yeah.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, that because he's got to watch it to show the lathe video. So that's one, someone who didn't deserve it now having that in their brain.
Another fallen soldier.
Somebody else didn't. Jesse, what's the
Jesse, the other day, Jesse said,
no.
you have to stop with the lathe video. And I was like, have you even seen it? You can't. He's like, of course I've seen it.
Oh,
And then he's like, and it haunts me every day. And you need to stop talking about it on the podcast because every time I can see it in my mind.
We're ruining
that
lives.
is, like if.
And he was
if we
really
were all-
serious about it. He was not having a good time.
We'd all come back from Vietnam. We're like, oh man, remember Da Nang? And we'd be like, yeah, can you not?
Yeah,
We
I
prefer
do.
not to.
I do
thanks.
remember Da Nang.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I don't want to.
Yeah.
Stop saying Da Nang.
Every single time he hears any song that's got the word spin in it.
You spin.
You lathe me right round, baby, right round.
That was so funny. We were just sitting around chatting, and somebody was like, "That's like the lathe video." I was like, "Enough with the lathe video."
But really, Jesse, if you're listening right now, remember how fucking fast he goes.
Remember how his back breaks backwards?
It's bananas.
Smooth transition.
I will wake up any minute. I promise.
I was just, as you were talking, I went, "Whoa, my eyes feel like they're full of milk. they're like swollen and fat and
Full of milk?
I don't know. I'm just. I had a
milk eyes, GMat.
I had a particularly late night last night, and I got into bed, and like I don't want to complain about my work on the podcast, but I got into bed and was getting ready to settle in, and then got a message about this copyright thing that was coming through, and then I had to get up again, and Beck's like, "Fucking sit still," because it's also so goddamn fucking hot in this house. So it was a rough night, but I got the coffee now. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you,
And
Ben.
I've been roasted, and I'm feeling good. I'm ready to make content. Be here and make content.
What else is going on?
Well, I didn't ask, how is everybody? How is everyone else feeling?
Did you just say ox?
Ask. I didn't ask everyone. I didn't ask everyone, how's everyone feeling today? I'd say I like to start the podcast that way. Aidan, how you feeling?
I'm right.
Yeah?
Yeah. Going fine. I had a boring day yesterday. It was fine. You know what I mean? It's been hot.
It's been very
Been hot.
fucking hot.
So I've been in the pool a lot.
31
What?
minutes.
What?
We got to
31
the weather.
minutes. Yeah.
We're keeping it 55th Street. You do whatever you want. We're going to... You guys talk and we'll talk.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
did.
No, I'm fine. I'm happy. I have to go
glad.
to work today. Not so happy about that. But you got to do what you got to do, don't you, Ben?
Maybe I'll come and buy something from you.
Okay.
I do need to come buy something from you, actually.
Really?
Oh, JB Hi-Fi trip.
JB, hi.
Can you stagger it across the day?
No.
We're all
Why?
Gonna, we're all going to come at once and overwhelm you so the visit
Whenever you're
isn't
trying to leave and get
positive.
sushi, that's when we'll be there.
Okay.
Why do you want it staggered?
Because I'm there forever.
I know.
Stay there all day.
When I go into Aidan's work to buy something, and I could tell he's like, it's a fucking long day, and he just wants to get a break from it. And I'm like, I came in the other day with a $100 gift card that me and Beck got from.
He
Money
came in on
back.
Boxing Day. He didn't come in the other day. He came in on Boxing Day at like 4, and I'd been there from 7.
Yeah.
And I was still there. I was still
going
going to be there for another 4 hours. It was not a nice day for Aidan.
Aidan gave me we had a really in-depth look at all the slow cookers that were there. He's like, you can get this one, or this one. And then I didn't know quite what I wanted. And we looked at every slow cooker we could. We looked at every hand vacuum we could. And we looked at every toaster.
Yeah.
Toaster.
Such
Yeah.
a child.
Why?
No, I did it on
Just
purpose so I didn't have to
Boxing
get out of
Day.
there. No, but I did it.
Oh, really? You
So
didn't
I didn't
wanna-
want to be on the floor. I'd rather
right.
be with him talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
slow
okay.
cooking.
Oh, I was just going to go
Because
for a
I
quick...
imagine that you were out there like, I got to be out there circulating. There's so many people here on Boxing Day, and you'd be like, and sandwich toasters?
no,
Do you have
no.
sandwich toasters?
I came with a $100 gift
like hot
card,
bread.
not knowing what I wanted.
Yeah, okay.
And
Which
was great.
Aidan
Well, it's
spent,
fine if he
Aidan
doesn't
spent
want to
his
be doing it,
time
yeah.
with me to not have to
So
do
technically, I was with a customer.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I would have just been like, that one if Aidan wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was,
Have you used a slow cooker yet?
yeah, we have. Yeah. Yeah. We
Just
use
make
it.
pulled pork.
No, we
You can make pulled pork in a slow cooker. Did you know
Oh,
that?
yeah, I've done
we got the ham vacuum's good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all been
ham vacuum?
Yeah, it's a
Ham.
ham.
It-
When
it
you know when your
vacuums
ham
up ham.
when your ham gets dusty.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, except imagine that, but a pork makes it.
Like a little...
That's
A
how it
hoofer.
vacuums, yeah.
Right.
That's the weirdest sound you've ever made. Do that again. Oh.
It's just
Is that
snoring.
weird?
It's just because it's close to the mic. It's
Yeah,
not-
maybe it sounded weird. You know who did make a weird noise the other day? I was at the post office, and there's the post office guy. I reckon the post office guy wants to fuck everyone.
Everyone.
Is he attractive?
No, I mean
Damn.
he's not unattractive.
Right.
He's just like he's a skinny, he's maybe Sri Lankan man.
Maybe he listens to the podcast. That's
Maybe,
why.
yeah.
That's why he's flirting.
That's why.
He's like generally attractive, but he's not like an attractive person.
Right.
But
Would he be attractive if you weren't a racist?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's pretty average looking. I mean,
He's average
I mean,
looking,
like
yeah.
he's not ugly. But
No.
he's-
Dog ugly. He's pig ugly.
No, it's just he's not like
you wouldn't look twice at him.
no, and his
Okay.
personality is not like he's not
This poor
overtly
guy.
confident. He's just kind of like quiety. Quiet.
Imagine if he does listen to the podcast.
Anyways, every time I go there, I think he's flirting with me, and I'm like, this is the weird and it's not a lot of men flirt with me. So when it is, I'm like,
Oh, Matt, don't sell yourself short.
so thank you. It takes me a minute to like pick up on it. And I'm like, what is this? Is he blowing money? And he's always trying to give me baklava as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
As am I. What do
Does
you
it
mean?
say Rufinol on the top?
And yeah, and the other day I was going in and I was mailing off some stuff for the GMat community, and I did like 6 packages at once. And he was like, he said, "Oh, how many are you doing?" And I said the things I'm doing. He went, "Oh." I didn't know what that sound was.
Oh, that's very
and that was, I want to get it right. I want to get it right. Thing. And I went, "Oh." It was like that. I didn't know what he was going for.
Guy just loves mail, I think.
Yeah, he fucking loves.
Honestly, he does seem like he loves his job.
He does love he's I love going to the post office because he's always happy to see
He always
you.
makes you feel a bit special.
Yeah.
Because, I think he flirts with me too. I think just anybody that comes in.
I asked Bruce, I was like, is the post office guy, he's like, ever flirted with you? Yes. And I was like, okay.
Oh, wow.
And
I'm
then,
going to take these 6 bits of mail and I'm going to put them in these mail bags. I'm going to give them to you one.
Yeah, put him in that
by one.
fucking mailbag.
You're going to stamp them
Express.
all right up. And then we're going to send them to WA, Northern Territory, United Kingdom.
Would you like express or standard shipping?
I'm going to fucking post.
Kind of speaking of weird noises,
yeah.
I've been playing a lot of video games across my life.
Sorry, I'm squeaking.
And recently, I'm playing a couple of games, shooty games like Battlefield. I played with you the other day. I was playing Valorant and PUBG. And every time I die in a video game now, I moan.
It's the weirdest thing. It's come out of nowhere.
And I don't know what to do about it.
This is what the lathe video does to people.
Yeah, like
He did it on the stream the other day.
I was in PUBG.
I've got
I'm like,
recording of it.
I've got it. Ba 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 ba. And then I died and I went, oh. Multiple times.
Sometimes it's not even when he dies, it's when someone like scares him. He goes, "Oh," because he used to go, "Oh," and now he goes, "Oh, oh." It's this moan.
I get sniped. I don't know where I got sniped from, and I'm dead. And I'm like, oh, Matt, I'm dead. Matt's like, I don't know what to do for you.
I don't even tell me anymore. It used to be like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Well, Aidan's dead," and now I'm just like quietly looking out a window and he. Oh, and I'm like, I must have got shot in the next building.
So upsetting, and it's recorded on the fucking stream as well.
Very funny.
I'm not thrilled.
I think that's adorable.
It's a fun bit. Keep it up.
Yeah.
It's a signature move.
It's even better when I'm playing Valorant and I'm playing with people that I don't know, and when I die, I'll hold down the talk to the team button and go, someone, and then they're all like, what happened? It's so good.
I love weird noises.
Yeah.
I make noises getting up.
Mm?
Like, does anyone else make noises when they get up? I don't
Intentionally,
I don't feel like I need to make a noise, but yeah, it's got to the point now where I'm just like, I'm getting up, and I like make a noise
That's how it starts. You do it intentionally, ironically, and then it just becomes part of it, and then you're an old man.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to the day that I'm an old man for quite some time.
Okay.
Because I have a picture in my head of how I will look. I don't know if I've ever shared this. I want to be like
Picture of you as an old man.
No, just what I feel like I'm going to look as an old man. I feel like I'm going to have money. I feel like I'm going to have several gold rings, which I'm on track for.
You could just do that now.
Yeah,
if you
right.
want.
Yeah,
No one's
true.
stopping you.
And I will have a large gut, so yeah, technically as well. But I want it to be hard.
Like
I don't want it to be
bigger.
soft. I want it to be like, wow, that skin's taut.
where people go, that's
Visceral.
what's going to kill him.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And I want to constantly be a shade of brown, but deep brown purple, so terrible tan, right? And I will have lost most of my hair, and I'll have it around the sides, and I maybe will have a mustache, and I'll be wearing always burgundy silk pants.
I'm feeling a real nudist vibes for you.
No,
with
no,
that
not
description.
nudist. No.
Well, nudist
Burgundy silk
beach.
pants and like a dressing gown, but like silk. And I always don't have a top on. And I have a pool boy, and his name's whatever. And I get up like this. Every time.
Hey!
Yeah, but I'm not like all of a sudden super Greek. But I will start using a lot of Greek terms.
Obviously, I'm not all of a sudden super Greek when you just described the most Greek retiree on a small Haitian island.
I like the idea if you're a pool boy bringing you like cut up triangles of lime.
Yeah.
And you go,
Just
put them
across
onto your
myself.
chest.
Yeah, and I want my rings to not be able to come off because I put them on 20 years ago,
Yep.
and I've gained so much weight around them that there's an indent in my fingers.
Underneath the ring is the only bit of your body that's not tan.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly right. That's my vision
Somehow,
of myself.
even your ass and cock are tanned.
Definitely my ass.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
somehow. I just bathe. I just
'Cause of the-
bathe nude
yeah.
in the sun.
Do you wear Birkenstocks?
I have them now. When then I don't think so. No, I think I will either be barefoot or I will have some, but I'll call them my pantofles, which is the Greek word for slippers. And I will only refer to them as my pantofles.
I feel like if this was a film, you'd also have a pistol tucked into your pants that just sticks out.
Picture Elliot Gould? Yeah, in Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big glasses, massive.
It's almost
cigarettes.
exactly what I
big
pictured.
glasses.
By the pool scene.
By the pool,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they're having the thing,
When
and
he's
he's
got
like,
the thing.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's exactly that, and probably that much body hair as well.
Can you just do that like Jewish people do? Just like, start working in the Greek words, like like schmeckel of this and
Yeah, I can
all that stuff.
if that's what you prefer.
Because I'd much
That's how we
prefer
talk at home.
bandofles. If they were called bandofles instead of Birkenstocks, I'd already.
I
own a
will call
pair.
them my pantofles from now on.
Thank you.
Pantofles.
And you'll make noises when you get out of a chair.
How do I make that sound Jewish? I'm not even Jewish.
Yeah.
What is it?
Pantofles.
Because I'm like, bandofles. I couldn't, like, bandofles.
No,
My bandofles. Where are my bandofles?
you can't make it sound Jewish because it's Greek.
Wow.
You can make it sound Greek though.
I thought it sounded pretty.
Bandofles.
It was pretty Jewish.
Yeah, Jewy.
I said Jewish.
Oh, did you? I'm so sorry.
Hearing what you want to hear.
So I thought about. Because I was talking about. In my mind, I was like, I haven't when making noises getting out of a chair.
Yeah.
I've had a pretty sore back because a kid jumped on me at the pool.
Some kid.
Some kid. So in the laps, in the lanes, like you get in at the shallow end, it's 50 meters.
Were you in this fast lane?
I was that day, yeah. And I swim
Very
down
impressive.
to the end to the deep end. You bounce off the wall, you swim back, and you just do
Bounce.
laps. Well, you do. You turn, you bounce. You know.
I actually just push off and then do a weird backstroke. I never turn over.
Like a half-cooked chicken. Never turn over. But this particular day, and it's been shooting me so much, they've taken up like 4 lanes, removed the bollard things that go up the middle, and then they have this long inflatable obstacle course that runs the entire length of the 50-meter pool.
Oh, yeah.
That kids come and they try because it's school holidays, which is a pain in the ass. So they get on at the deep end, which means they all line up along all the lanes of the deep end of the pool and then around the other side of the pool down the 50 meters to like halfway, however many kids there were. So I got to swim down to the deep end where they're all lined up. And because they're fucking kids and they're standing and they're bored and they want to get on the obstacle course, they're just jumping into the lanes, doing bombs in the lanes, getting out, standing in line, getting dry, jumping in and doing a bomb into the pool. And so they have to stop when we get down, when we're swimming, which I guess is fine. They're not getting in the way or anything. And they always get out before you get there.
Right.
But I was going down, and instead of doing like I do like a roll, bounce off the wall, I stopped. I didn't time it. I was doing something wrong, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And I just stopped, put my hands on the wall, and turned around to go. And I guess the kid thought I was going to stop and not turn around and keep swimming back.
Why would you jump over the top of
Yeah, and so he jumped over the top of me to bomb into the water, but I bounced straight off the wall, and all I felt was just a fucking knee going to my back, and I went under. I got pushed under, and then I popped out, and there's this small kid just scrambling to the edge of the pool and then getting out because he was like, I'm definitely in trouble. But like I said to you, I was like, I didn't really do anything because I was kind of embarrassed. Even though I did nothing, I got jumped on. And for whatever reason, I just had this wave of embarrassment. All these kids saw it happen. And then I just fucking swam back to the other side.
It's deep in your brain somewhere. You're like, anyone who knew how to use a pool properly, a proper swimmer wouldn't have got jumped on.
Something like that. And yeah, it hurt my back. I left straight after that.
Crying.
How long were you there?
Grab your towel and run out.
I wasn't there as long as I wanted to be. It was like a 15-minute. I only swam for that long. So I just bailed. But also, here's what I bring to you. The parents weren't there. They weren't watching. They weren't doing anything. So I think it's my responsibility to punish that kid. What could I think I should get the jump on him once is what I was thinking.
He was already scrambling. You should have said, and grabbed his elbow, and grabbed his ankle, and
Don't grab a kid.
yanked him backwards.
And so his chin would go on the edge of the pool as he's going backwards.
Oh, God. And then you keep swimming.
Just line his teeth up on the edge of the pool. I'm like,
Oh,
sorry.
no.
American History X. Bang.
No curb stomping is necessary.
I think as a strong swimmer, what you could and should have done is like, well, you don't understand what's going on here. I'm swimming laps for fitness and mobility, so you're coming with me, and just hold his shorts and swim like 5 or 10 laps with him. So now you know what the tempo is. You know when you can and can't jump in the fucking pool.
Exactly.
Or
We just splash him really hard a couple of times right in the fucking face.
yeah, and someone has to get in. Maybe one of you guys can come next time, and you can hold his eyes open so I can really get the water.
Ah, the chlorine!
You know when you get the water in your eyes and it feels like your eyes are full and you have to go, fuck.
Imagine being a lifeguard and seeing that two grown men holding a child's eyes open.
Clockwork Orange.
You can understand, sir, please. He jumped on
my friend.
He accidentally hit on my friend's back while he was trying to swim laps and did a weird turnaround thing that confused the child. But let me ask you this. Do you think he's going to do it again after this? I don't.
The child is 7 years old.
Or I get a free go on the obstacle course. Which I wanted to do so bad.
Of course. 10 minutes of free individual play for Matt. And you can all blame Declan for this.
Of course his name's Declan.
Or alternatively, I get to hold his hand underwater for 10 seconds.
It's a long 10, though, isn't
that's
it?
a
You
long
get to
10.
count the 10. No one's allowed to watch the clock.
He's squirming. That's scary.
It's like when you
If he's
say
squirming, he's fine.
when you
He's
say
like, not even 10 seconds yet. 10 seconds.
you know how like some people do one Mississippi. I'll just add in like 4 other states. One Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, New York.
You want to drown a child, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that kid I want to do, but you know.
Wow.
whatever.
Did you swim faster on the lap that you were embarrassed?
Oh yeah, like a bullet. And I was like, well, that back
Were you
fucking hurts.
so fast that you were actually above the water?
Just skimming like a rock.
Remember that episode of Around the Twist where the kid gets the fish up his butthole and he goes really fast?
It's actually
Isn't
in his
it?
penis.
Yeah.
His penis,
And it's
sorry.
a propeller, right?
Sorry, there's a fish in his penis?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got a
wow.
propeller penis.
Who
doesn't?
You know there are fish out there that specifically go for your penis. They
Sharks.
just like penis.
And then they end up in your eyeballs.
There's a type of fish somewhere. I want to
They
say,
work you with levers
I
and
think it's
shit.
a guinea
And you
worm.
actually become like a big fish.
look up lady
Yeah, I think I already know what this is. A guinea worm?
penis.
You can tell
Monster
'cause they
slurping
just-
sausage roll eating cretin in the corner, actually. Is the nickname.
The look up penis fish lady.
Penis fish.
Yeah.
There's that parasite that takes over a fish's tongue. That's frightening to see. And they find them and they open their mouth and it's like you expect a tongue and it's just this big bug that's like,
Oh god.
hi.
You got anything
Alien.
there? Oh, not good. Give us a passage.
I can't say the proper name. Draculinaceus is an infection caused
take over your eyeballs.
An infection?
by a parasite called the guinea worm. A person becomes infected when they drink or swim in contaminated water. It's been eliminated from most parts of the world, but still exists in Chad, Ethiopia, Mali, and South Sudan. And usually, the disease has no initial symptoms. About 1 year later, there is a painful burning feeling as a blister forms, typically on the legs. The blister bursts as the worm then comes out of the skin over a few weeks. The worm can be pulled out a few centimeters each day. The process usually takes weeks.
And that one goes up your penis to get
That one can. It can. That's not the only way it does it, but yeah.
It's a cool name for a country, Chad.
But that country gets all the girls.
Rest in peace, Norm. Norm McDonald.
Oh, that's a normal joke.
That's a Norm joke.
Oh, was it?
I was
I'm not into geopolitics, but that's a cool name for a country, Chad.
I was driving as I
Fish
am
went
wont
up your
to do.
penis.
No fishes went up my penis, but I was driving and I saw a guy running. And I instantly said in my car, "You go, man." Right, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah.
And then I thought, imagine if you said to a person running by, "Good on you," and they were like a 45-year-old guy, and it turned out they were running because they wanted to chase down a person and kill them, and now I've said good on you. Have you ever thought about that? How many people you've walked past that are training because they're training to be a serial killer?
Do you reckon people train to do that?
100%.
You reckon?
You kidding? Jeffrey Dahmer?
I don't think Jeffrey Dahmer was
training
hitting the
like
gym all that often.
CrossFit.
Jeffrey Dahmer was fucking huge. You kidding? Jeffrey Dahmer?
Was he?
Yeah, in prison he's not, but when he was a big boy.
I thought he was a dorky.
Nah,
Well, you
he
actually
had-
going down. Yeah, can we do like
I
3
was-
reps with 25 stabs?
No, I was I was reading something or watching something that said that Jeffrey Dahmer used to run. He was a runner. He used to run a lot. And he
yeah.
was very fit. and quite in good shape, so that he could pick up a lot of guys, and the guys would be like, "Yeah, I'll fuck you for sure," and then they go home and fuck. But he would run, and there's that story of the guy that was running, and you'd always see this one guy run past him, and he always got a weird feeling from him. And then one day he didn't go running on his same spot, and someone got taken from that spot. And it was Jeffrey Dahmer.
I really like those stories, but I always wonder how many of them. Because
how many could they be true?
Yeah, I was someone said, "Oh, my auntie was dating blah 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 and dating this guy, and she always had this weird feeling from him, and then they broke up, and it turns out he was
Ted Bundy.
Who
was that?
That one is true, though.
Who was that?
Is it true?
Was it?
No, I mean, like, a lot of people do have stories about Ted Bundy because he was so good at imitating a normal person.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's so many.
But not
of
everybody
them.
could know him. Yeah,
And
you're
it's
right.
like I was dating with him, and then we broke up all normal, and then turns out he was Ted Bundy, and I was like,
You didn't.
That's
break
just
up
people
all
wanting to
normally.
feel important
I was
for
like,
a second.
surely he would have killed you. Like, I don't know. For so many people have been like, I just dated Ted Bundy casually,
Yeah.
and he didn't murder me. I was like, I don't know. That's true. A lot of people have one of those stories. Yeah, so if there's a lot, that's the one I think about a lot.
I always wonder about, like, everyone says that when there's a tragedy, plane crash or a house fire or something, like, oh no. But, like, evil people have to die in some of those. How many pedophiles have died in plane crashes where you're like, well,
Wasn't that bad?
yeah, I mean, it was bad, but, we took out some of the trash at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
That's a good point. I've never thought of it that way.
I do think about that thing that you think. I have that breakdown every now and again when I'm like, oh, that person has their own life and their own shit going on, and I'm not the main character of the story.
I wonder how many. I think I've maybe asked this on the podcast. How many times do you think you've met somebody that's definitely killed a person? You know what I mean? Like, I've met a few people, and I have to imagine that one of them's killed someone.
I think I've talked about this on the podcast as well, but I have met somebody who's killed somebody, or people around them say that he killed blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I do know that about you.
Yeah, but I don't know it, and
well, it's still like that's frightening because I don't even know anyone in my circles that have said that person could have killed someone. But yeah, what's the statistic? It's one in how many people have killed people? Because people die all the time.
They do a lot.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking about how many people I passed by, but then how many people actually killed somebody.
Are you talking about, like, actively?
I'm not
You mean
saying
like
how many of your
my
friends have
friend's
killed
dad's friend was a train driver and someone stepped in front of the train kind of
yeah,
thing?
well, it kind of depends. I don't know. That would count, but he didn't really kill them. They stepped in front of the train.
You mean how many murderers do we know?
That's kind of more what I'm
Yeah,
after.
okay.
But not like, do I know? But like, was I at the bakery with a murderer the other day? Like, was that guy that I looked at Coles? Like, because like I've seen millions of people.
Been a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen millions, you reckon?
You reckon? I'm 26. I reckon I've seen millions of people.
I've seen, but I don't think I've been. I guess if you're at the MCG, are you counting everybody in the MCG?
No, I'm counting everyone near me in the MCG, which is at least a couple of thousand. And I've been to the MCG quite a few times.
I don't know. Is there some sort of statistic, Beck, about?
I wonder if it's a
What
disproportionately
how
small
many-
amount of people that are killing a lot more people than, or is it like, there's actually killers everywhere. Or is it like, all right, out of 1 million, there's only 100,000 people that are killing.
That still
quite big.
seems like
That's
a lot.
pretty lot.
Feels like a lot of killers.
That's a lot of killers.
10%?
It's a lot of killers.
10%.
1 in 10 people has murdered someone.
Well, okay, so
And
that's
that's a
huge.
fact. You can take that.
It's bananas because with that statistic, there would still be a good chance that one of us is murderers, are a murderer.
I often sometimes.
Well, okay, there's an article here that uses the Fermi estimation, which I think is the same thing that calculates whether or not there's aliens out there. It's like the equation you use to figure out something that you can't really figure out. And it comes back with the average person walks past a murderer 36 times in their life. But also it looks like a boomer meme, so I can't, and also it's got a 9-gag watermark on it, so I don't know.
Okay. I'll
Also
take that.
depends on the country you live in as well. Like
Yeah,
we've got a
that's
pretty
true.
small population.
Somewhere like Brazil is like 2 to 1.
Yeah, it has to be.
Can we get in trouble for that? Is that so we can get in
No,
trouble?
it's rampant.
Well,
Just
they're
those
gonna
a
kill
lot.
us, probably. I don't know if you want to kill, cut it.
No.
You've got to factor in the crime rate.
That's a thing.
Do you ever have anxiety? I sometimes have waves of anxiety, like, oh my God, imagine if I killed somebody. You ever do that? Like, what if I just killed somebody, like murdered somebody, like in cold blood, I killed somebody?
You're worried about
mean in
that?
cold
I mean, you
blood?
do it on purpose.
No, I know, but not like premeditated. What if it's like,
In hot
I've had
blood.
enough of you? Oh, I guess that's in hot
What
blood,
does
I
in
guess.
cold blood actually mean?
It's like you're cold blood. You're not running hot like, oh, it's not a crime of passion. You're just like,
You're
I'm
like,
going to
I'm
fucking
go-
kill that
I'm
person.
It's
because I want
calculated.
their life
Beck, I'm going to
insurance
kill you.
and
I will kill you. I'm going to kill you.
Aidan,
There's scheming involved.
I never have that fear.
Really never?
I never have the fear I'm going to accidentally kill someone.
I
No,
know.
but I don't think I'm going to kill someone, but I just imagine it's like, wow, what would I do? What would that moment be like? Wouldn't that be terrifying?
I have prison anxiety about getting my taxes wrong and going to prison,
Right.
but I'm not particularly worried that I'm going to murder somebody.
No, because I've never been
It's
angry
funny
enough.
that both of you are equally concerned about things that are real concerns in your reality. Like you're definitely having trouble with your taxes, trying to get it all right. And what were you saying, Aidan?
I've never been angry enough to have killed a person, but I've
Yet.
never been angry enough to have killed a person. So, like, what if it's like, oh my God, what if there's a bit of me that I don't know because I've never
if
been
they're-
there and I kill someone? And now I'm just standing there and that person's dead. Now what do? Do I run? Do I call the police?
You think
Am I
there
one of
is
those guys like,
potential-
there's been a murder and I did it? Or do I just run and start leaving coded messages for everybody and I put a bag over my head and I just commit to the bit and I just start killing?
The Birkenstock killer.
Do you want to switch seats?
The Pantofles
Oh,
killer.
I couldn't remember the word. I wanted to use that word. So you think maybe in your brain there could be that switch
I
that
don't.
gets flicked?
I don't at all.
'Cause you
But
just
it's
don't know.
just like it's more like a daydreaming in the car situation, or I've
That's how
had
you're going
dreams.
to kill someone then. Not
Yeah,
paying attention
well,
to the
yeah.
road.
Or I've had dreams where I've killed someone and I didn't know what to do, and I wake up stressed.
I think everybody has the potential, like deep within them, where something gets so
See,
bad.
apocalypse, I could kill people. Of course you could.
But
You
like
have to,
in a
right?
situation where I don't know, someone comes into your house and does some shit and
Yeah.
pushes you. I don't want to say. I got halfway through. I was like, I don't want to.
If there's a home
You wanna wish
invasion
it
that
into
goes
existence.
terribly wrong,
Yeah.
And they're just like shitting, but not even in the bathroom, let alone the toilet.
who's shitting on my couch?
How dare? Yeah.
Okay, so someone came in and shit on your couch, you'd kill him.
How many pedophiles do you think you've walked by?
That's probably way
I
higher.
imagine
Yeah.
it's way
100%.
higher. I know. I think I know one.
Okay.
Not not like no one like is related or anything. Just like I think I.
The G stands for grade school. Grade school, Matt.
Oh no.
Have a real close look when you're editing this one. There's a few bits that probably need a second pass.
Yeah. No, but I do have that thought when I walk by someone. I'm like, I wonder what your deal is. I wonder where you're going. What your vibe is.
Is there a child in your trunk? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you can fit a couple in a trunk? Do you reckon there's a ratio of the where you get vibes from people? You're like, that person's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Versus, do you reckon there's a correlation between the weirdness vibe and the actual doing creepy shit vibe, being a pedo or a murderer or something?
Yeah.
Or as simple as not even pedo or murderer. Maybe it's like, do you have like pet rats, or do you keep
Hey.
things in a jar? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing at home?
I think we have that.
Do you sit
that
on
instinct for a
newspapers?
reason? Like I think it's
keep things in jars.
some ancient thing to
Oh,
avoid
yeah.
dangerous people. Yeah, I think probably
Yeah.
most of the time
It's
there's
like-
a good reason for it.
Monkey brain when
Yeah.
you're lying in a bed and you go, "Huh!" It's because sometimes your brain thinks you're monkey sleeping in a tree and you're falling. You're like, grab it! Oh, I'm not falling. I'm fine. That's true.
Is that really true?
Yeah.
That sounds like.
I don't think that would
sounds like
work.
some 9-gag
Yeah.
meme thing.
For
Double check
me,
it.
it would be I'd be falling out of a tree, then I'd twitch, and then I'd continue falling. There's no branch grabbing. It's just me going, kick,
I think it's more like, oh, you're teetering. Oh,
The-
I hate that
the
feeling.
Inception
I
thing.
always wake up so scared.
I think we should add some more senses.
God, I wish I just killed someone instead. That was so terrifying.
What are like the sight, smell, taste, hearing?
There are
and
way more
touch?
than 5 senses.
Umami.
That's like the 5 umami.
Umami's
That's
one.
like the 5 senses. Let's add some more.
No, but there's
Monkey
more.
brain.
There's
There
way
are
more
more.
than 5.
Nah, let's add our own.
Oh, monkey brain.
Monkey brain's one.
Heat. My sense of heat.
That's a nice one. Yeah.
Well, that's just touch.
No, it's not. I have to touch the sun to know it's hot, mate. Okay.
But you feel the heat with your sense of touch.
I'm not feeling the heat with my sense of touch. I'm feeling with my sense of heat.
Yeah, you're not making contact with anything.
But you are. It's just because you can't see what you're making contact with. Fucking hell.
I'm with Ben. No, I'm with Ben.
I'm
100%.
What do you
fairly
mean? If you
certain-
put your
I'm
hand
fairly
over a hot
certain-
stove, you're not touching the stove, but it's
you can
your sense
feel
of
the
touch
heat.
because the heat's
Yeah.
coming off the stove.
All
Because of
Wrong.
just because your eyes can't see red wavy lines.
No. I'm fairly certain that your sense of heat is actually one of the senses, but it's not one of the 5 that you get taught in primary school that everybody only learns.
Look up, lady. Could you please?
Yeah, we've got like 3
Embarrassing.
things to look up in the last.
I'm getting a lot of Bruce Willis for some reason.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think there's another sense for like when you're sitting there.
Actually, you're right, Aidan. Thermoception. We know whether our environment is too hot or too cold.
By the sense of touch.
And never yell at old people.
I like the sense of you're like sitting there and you're like, someone's looking at me, and you turn around and someone in the cafe goes like this. Does that thing that looks away? And you're like,
That is weird that you know someone's falling. Someone's looking at
you
you.
can like feel it. I do that all the time. I look at someone, they look away, and it's not good at all. I'm just sort of like,
It's me
I'm like, why would I be looking up there?
pulling up at a light.
Yeah.
It's an instant thing at a light now. I used to not do it, and now I pull up to the light and go. Sometimes.
Do it to the camera. Do it to the camera.
Be driving, get to a red light, and just. And I'll make eye contact.
But that's
I'm
because
not-
they're
I'm not-
doing it as well.
I avoid it.
I think
just
it's
look
hilarious.
straight ahead.
I sometimes wave. I think it's very funny.
People you know, you pull up to the lights, then you have that little hey, blah blah blah, yeah, and then you get another light,
Yeah.
and you have to be like,
Yeah.
It's like when you walk the same direction home together.
That's another sense. When you're driving up a traffic light and it's green, you see it and you're like, this is gonna go yellow any second, and you're too far away and it goes yellow, and you fuck.
Yeah, that's
You can
your-
feel it coming. You're like,
your
this isn't gonna
sense of
stay green.
Timing, which Ben would say is probably a sense of touch because you know how much fucking wind has touched you in the time. Fuck off, Ben. You suck.
That one's chronoception.
Wow.
How we sense the passing of time.
what else does BuzzFeed say we've got?
Proprioception. I've heard of this
That's
one.
how
That's knowing which parts of your body are where they are without looking. It's how you can type without looking at a keyboard or walk around without
It's a
having
sense
to
of
look at your
touch,
feet.
though, because I know where my hands are.
It is if you're not touching the keyboard.
It's not a sense of touch.
I don't think these are actual senses. These are just
All right.
bullshit.
I did know a thing.
Psychology.
I did know a thing about we had the 5 senses, and then they were like, no, we've actually got like 15, and they like expanded them. But I don't think that's necessary. Just add it into touch. You know what I mean? I don't need.
But
that
it's
to-
different. And,
Seven
and there are
senses
some animals that don't
foundation.
have
If
it.
you're not touching a keyboard, you can't just go and be typing exactly what you got to be already touching it. It's just a spatial sense that you've got.
We've got that's vision, hearing, smell, taste, touch, pain, temperature.
How are touch and pain different? Tell me right now.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, you can get like
That's fair enough.
pain inside your stomach, and it's not like you
You don't
can
have to be
really.
touching
I'm not just
anything.
talking
Pain
with
isn't
fingers.
just touch, though. Pain isn't just touch. What do you mean? Your nerves aren't saying I'm in pain because you're touching me?
I don't think a headache counts as touch, like because it's not actually real physically happening. It's just
You
signals
guys are
in your
thinking
brain.
like this. I'm just using touch as the
You're-
shorthand for. It's the one
Any
sense
any
of feeling
sensation.
something. Yeah, physical
That's right.
sensation.
That's right. That's what we get taught in primary school.
yes,
So
because
you're gonna
it's
have to
true.
fucking move on.
It's true, and that's
It
why we
might
learn
be
it.
true.
I don't
but
think
I don't
the
think it is.
distinction matters for normal people. It's just neuroscientists that are like,
And-
hey,
and-
there's a bit more grey to
Yeah,
this.
yeah, that's
Famously, we're neuroscientists.
Can we get off the science and start making our own? That's what I want.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I need a sense of entitlement. That's one of my senses. Which I definitely have.
I need it. It's mine to have. Give it.
Yes, I need a sense of entitlement.
There's a sense of like when I go to probably a food court and I get some Chinese food from a thing and I'm eating it and I'm like, I'm gonna have diarrhea later.
Yeah.
I think that
Sense
should be
of
a
diarrhea.
sense of diarrhea.
Yeah,
That's
for
a good one.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure as well. That's
Yeah.
really true.
Sense of foreboding. I have that one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Every
It's
now
like-
and then it's worked out. Like have you ever had like a bad dream or something and then something bad's happened the next day? Nothing like that. Like, you know, I know it's fucking woo, but
No.
But
I
lots
get
of
that.
people have stories like
you feel
that.
like something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, and then something does.
You're sitting there, you got this
Which
feeling,
is definitely confirmation bias.
got this
but
weird feeling of
we're making
foreboding.
stuff up, aren't we?
My
Science.
mother had a dream that someone was having a baby. Well, someone in our family was having a baby, and then someone in our family had a baby only 3 years later.
Wow.
I had a dream about a car accident and then my auntie got in a car accident the next day. So
My
explain that.
my grandfather had a dream about he had 6 pillars in his dream, and one of them fell over, and then the next day was told that his brother died, and he had 6 brothers. Isn't that weird?
I was in the car the other day and I had a weird feeling of foreboding. I was sitting there feeling like, what the fuck's going on? And then I looked to my right and Aidan's looking at me.
That's true. I was there with Kate.
No. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's really funny. I've been doing this gag recently, and I think it's a classic gag. Everybody knows it, obviously, but I do this gag in the car where if I pull up next to somebody that I know, I'll say, hey, roll down your window. And I have my window already rolled down. As soon as I roll down the window, I roll mine up.
That's good stuff.
It's a dick move.
I
quite
think it's
good.
so funny.
It's just fun.
I think that's
Just good,
so
wholesome fun.
I have a sense of There's a fuckwit in the car next to me.
Sense of fuckwit.
Yeah.
I think sense of foreboding, sense of diarrhea is very interesting. I know that I have a sense if I look at someone, I guess it's look, but if I look at someone, I know it's going to be a pain to deal
Sense
with
of
them.
look.
Sense of look.
Yeah.
I'm glad we've dispelled a lot of the shit you learn in primary school. This very scientific stuff.
Sense of what would you call it? Your vision.
Yeah, my sense of look, my sense of sniff, my sense of lick, my sense of
You're the one that said we had to go away from science, so I've left it behind.
and my sense
Aidan doesn't do
of
things by half.
Your sense of what?
Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.